is JJ Solomon.
This from Ray Bradshaw, Mr. RTB, and Mr. These boys can't touch me on my worst day. And this is the Spit Bucket Podcast.
It's your boy, Mr. RTB.
Oh, tell him.
Senor Dos, uno cuatro, Senor Dos, 14, Mr. Undeniable, Mr. D Boy can't touch me. On my worst day, right here with my dog, my partner in crime, my brother from another, Mr. JJ Solomon. What's poppin', my guy?
What's popping with you, dog? Just another lovely day, last day of the month. I see that championship belt on top of your head. You tell us a little bit about that?
You know how we coming, fam. We champs in everything we do. Yeah, it's strap season everywhere we go.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. I just want to, hey, before we start.
This episode 41, 42? 41
right?
Episodes, Spit Bucket episode 41. Shout out to all our sponsors.
Shout out to Al Money. He said he's on time today.
Shout out to Al Money 231. What's poppin', Al Money?
Appreciate you, dog. Thanks for jumping on. Hey, before we start, I have something in my heart I just really want to say because it was in my heart. But like, guys, sometimes I feel like, sometimes we're going through stuff. Sometimes we're going through stress and depression and all that. And I just feel this in my heart today. But man, everybody who's watching and who's tuning in, if you're going through it, take a second to be grateful for what we have because life could always be way, way worse. And that's kind of just been on my mind the past couple of days, man. So I just wanted to throw that out there for everybody watching. Maybe you need some words of encouragement. If you're hurting right now, today's not the rock bottom. Today's not the end of the world. You pick yourself back up tomorrow and go get it. So I just wanted to throw that out there.
Yeah.
What's up to Mosquito Spray? Salute to Spit Bucket.
Mosquito Spray, what's popping, my guy? Mosquito Spray, Eddie, a.k.a. Eddie Atlas. That's what we call him, JJ, Eddie Atlas. But to go with what you were saying, yeah, man, everybody, just be grateful for every second.
Facts.
We got on this earth. It's not promised. Everybody go through stuff every day. JJ and his family been going through something. Me and my family been going through some, and it's a lot of other families who've been going through some around the world. So we need everybody to be thankful and be grateful for each day we're on this planet Earth. We open our eyes, we're able to see our loved ones that's still here.
Facts, bro. Facts, dog. It's too easy to get caught up in day to day, but we got to take a second to be grateful. But let's get back into the bullshit. We had a show lined up, but we saw some news leaking out today, or not leaking, but breaking. Looks like we got the rematch activated from Mr. Errol Spence Jr., Terrence Crawford. We saw what happened July 29th. It was a highly 50-50. Everybody talking about this fight is going to be as close as it could possibly be. And we saw a shutout. We saw a knockout. Corey, I know you want to see the rematch. What are you feeling, bro?
Oh, I love it, man. This is what boxing about. This is the beauty of the sport. Hey, JJ, what Jim Lampley say, boxing is the theater of the unexpected, right? And no one expected Terrence Crawford to just go in here and early dominate Earl the True Spence Jr. I mean, he dominated him from pillar to post, from the north to the south to the east to the west. It was no question and no doubt about it that Terrence Crawford is that him, H-I-M, in boxing, numero uno, the number one pound-for-pound fighter on the planet. But that's what I love about boxing. Everybody out here, what's the first thing I said, JJ? I said, why is we talking about Earl Spence and his health? I say, it's one fight. He got his tail whipped. I mean, is we talking about the 28 ass whoopings he gave out? People talking about, I don't want to see Earl. Man, stop that. This is the difference right here. I can understand if Earl wasn't fighting and competing the whole 9 rounds, even though Terrence Crawford was just better in every category from top to bottom, JJ. He still was there trying to compete. And like I said, man, he earned them 3 belts for a reason. You know, and when you have three belts like that, and I already had signed the rematch clause, and I'm just glad Earl shut it everybody up, and he activated this rematch clause, which I knew he was going to do, because I've been there with Earl Spence. I know what type of dog is in him. Is Earl going to be favored in this fight? Absolutely not, JJ. Look, I can't say Earl going to win this fight. Am I riding with Earl Spence Jr. 100%? Yes, but do I think Earl gonna win this fight? Absolutely not. Especially if he don't change things in his corner. But I'm happy that he activated that rematch to show the real fighter he is. Because when you win, you on top. When you lose, you can't go sit in the corner and cry. You got to come out there just like you was winning and you were shooting them bullets. When the bullets start coming back at you, you don't run from it. You run to it. And that's what Earl the True Spence Jr. has did. Salute to him. And salute to Terrence Crawford too.
Salute to them, bro. And I think Errol Spence is showing the cojones, bro. Like, say what you want about July 29th. Say what you want about the preparation. Say what you want about the lack of a game plan. Only one man stood in that ring and took an ass whooping, and everybody, his closest, a lot of fans. I know you want to see the rematch, or you will support a rematch. But I'm sure he's open social media and seeing everybody saying, hey, Errol should call it quits. Errol shouldn't activate the rematch clause. And he's coming out again. So for that, I salute him. He's showing the massive, massive set of steel iron cojones the man has, because no, I love the cup. No rematch. I mean, damn, I'm always forgetting. He don't have any, the
kahunas. He's showing the kahunas he got. He's showing everything that's inside of him.
No tune-ups. He's just going at it. All right, now we've talked. All right, obviously this fight's going to have a favorite, and I think obviously Terrence Crawford is going to be a heavy favorite this time around, Corey. So let's change the conversation a little bit, right? Because we can talk X's and O's all day long, and But what do you think this is going to do to the pay-per-view numbers, bro? I haven't heard a single person, maybe with the exception of you, that said I want to see this fight. I've talked to hardcore boxing fans. I've talked to casual fans just today. A buddy of mine said, man, I paid for that first fight. I wasn't expecting that ass whooping. This is a casual fan. He goes, I don't know why I would pay for a rematch. So what do you think that's going to look like on the pay-per-view numbers, dog?
No, it's understandable. Hey, you can't get mad at the consumer, because we did expect a better show from Earl the True Spence Jr. It wasn't a good show from Earl the True Spence Jr. Jay. It wasn't.
No.
And that's his fault. That's his fault. And it's called consequences and repercussions when you don't show up and you don't show out on the grand stage. So obviously, JJ, it will take a hit, but I think it won't take as big a hit as everybody thinks, because this is the thing right here. It's always the intrigue, right? Can Earl the True Spence Jr. come do the unthinkable Jose Jr.? That's going to be the intrigue leading up to the fight. And especially if Earl Spence bring in more people to assist him going into this fight. Oh, he brought in this guy. Oh, he got this guy. I was just speaking on Blu-ray today. I hope he bring Blu-ray in 11-0, 11 knockouts. When he had Earl Spence, that's not luck, JJ. So it just depends on who he brings. I think the intrigue is going to be there. It ain't going to be as big as it was, JJ. But I think the intrigue's still going to be there, especially out of Texas, bro. And the southern region, and a lot of the Earl Spence fans around the world, just to see if Earl could go in here and possibly do the unthinkable after we've seen a one-sided ass whipping.
Listen, I don't doubt that the Errol Spence supporters are going to come out and show out. Listen, we're from Dallas, and for almost 30 years now, we've been making the Dallas Cowboys the #1 franchise in the world, regardless of the product they put out in the field. Errol's got a similar fan base, same guys. I can see it doing numbers, but obviously it's not going to do what it did the first time, bro. What I was going to say is the definition of insanity, doing the same shit over and over and over again. I agree with you. He needs to make some changes. He needs to make, I don't know. He's not going to make a change of coaching, but, strength and conditioning, all that sort of deal. I can't ever imagine him leaving Derek. Something needs to change. With all that being said, though, I agree with Mosquito, dog. It's just a bad style matchup. It's a bad style matchup. Crawford all wrong for him. But, Corey, one of my favorite things you've ever said on any of your lives, on the Spit Bucket, on your channel, when you started talking about the essence of boxing. And for that reason, that's the one reason, because you're right. This is the one sport where it's one person versus another person. This ain't no team sport. And if Errol can muster up some sort of if Errol pulls his off, and I'm saying a big giant if.
Oh, that's a big if. You're right.
Yeah, big giant if. Just as crazy as the country and the world is going over to Terrence Crawford, Errol's going to get the same love for coming back from crazy ass adversity. I just don't see it, dog. I just don't see it. I don't see it, man.
I don't see it either. We didn't see it with Marco Antonio Barrero. It took him 4 or 5 times.
You talking about Marquez?
To get his win.
Yeah.
Raphael, whoever it was. Took him 4 or 5 times to get his victory. I was speaking to my guy Mosquito Spray today, and he was telling me, about the bad style matchups with Vernon Forrest and Sugar Shane Mosley.
Oh, yeah.
He talked about Winky Wright and Sugar Shane Mosley. Yeah, I get that. And this probably just what that is for Earl Spence. But we have seen fighters before who done lost and who been a big-time favorite, lost, came back in the rematch, and they have won. So it is something there. I tend to believe Crawford may just be the better fighter, but I tend to believe Earl Spence Jr. didn't make it here for no reason. Yeah, he may not be better than Crawford, but JJ, he's not gonna be that bad as he was on July 29th. I'm sure if Earl Spence Jr. let everybody know he won this count, not you. I run this count. He needs to bring in more people to assist him. Look at Jermell Charlo. He has Warren Guzman. Like, Earl needs more people. Like I said, Jay, I just don't see it with the coach. Hey, I'm pretty sure I'm with you. He might not change coaches, Jay, but I just don't see it with that coach. Look, I think I'm making no excuses, right? Because this is my thing right here. Earl Spence came in and he was fighting hard the whole 9 rounds. He didn't quit. Crawford was just better. Outclassed him. So we knew Earl Spence was in shape. But his coach, he didn't have no plan B, C, D, like nothing there. Yeah. And like on this grand stage. So it has to be major change. It might not happen, but somebody else needs to come in there. Earl needs a voice who's going to help him with the super technical flaws he showed against Terrence Bud Crawford.
Mr. ILTBA, have you submitted your application to try to pick up that position? Get back in that Spence camp?
Oh, no, man. We passed that, man. Salute to Earl. Salute to him, man. Earl know how we coming. He know what it is. He know how we popping, man. He know where it come from. Like I said, he was just a casualty of war, Jose. I'm glad it's over with now. He was just a casualty of war. And that's just what way some things go sometimes.
Mosquitoes. Spence can bring back Blu-ray, the Shag, the Air Force, and the Can't Walk with the Cottonmouth Jesse. The result will be the same, if not worse. Mosquito, I have to agree with you. I think Bud has the skill set. I think Bud's got the confidence now. And now, moving up to a bigger weight at 154, if that's where it's going to be, he's got the mental edge now. Bro, once you do something once, you believe you can do it again. The only way I can see, let's say Bud lays off the preparation a little bit because of how easy, and I say easy, he made it look easy. And what if Spence trains his ass off, extended camp, pre-camp, Bud takes it easy? Maybe preparation will be different and we'll see a little bit different fight. But, dog, in the big picture, I don't see this fight looking any different. I do see it looking different. I see it looking faster. and I think it's going to be more brutal. And I think Errol will be out of there sooner. But hey, man, time will tell. We'll see how they recover.
I mean, you may be right, but I just don't see this fight being as worse as the first fight. Earl may still lose by knockout. Crawford may outclass him, but I guarantee you, Earl Spence Jr. is going to come in this fight a better, more prepared fighter, fam. His people around him now. They listen, Earl, you done made all your money. It ain't about nobody else or hurting nobody's feelings. It's F they feelings. It's about doing what's best for you. And I just hope Earl and the people who close to him make the right decisions.
Facts, bro. Shout out to Self Productions. Errol's going to get whipped in a rematch. Hard to argue. Shout out to Bricks. Coach definitely needed a backup plan. No doubt, dog. He needed it, and we saw nothing.
Not a tee-tee.
Not a tee-tee, dog. So, yeah, man, good news. We'll keep y'all up to speed as more news comes out. Bomac said they ain't got dates, they ain't got venues or nothing like that yet, so we're just waiting for that. But, bro, let's change it up a little bit. Another highly anticipated maybe fight that will happen down the line. We know Shakur and Frank Martin are in purse bids with WBC, but we saw the youngsters coming back out again, and I put this picture up because they're youngsters and they're acting like teenagers and kids on Twitter again, dog. They went at it yesterday. I think it was yesterday, maybe the day before. And I guess we can I don't know if you want to read it all here. At the end of the day, dog, Corey, you read this, so I think we both read it.
At the end of it all, Shakur said, F your daddy, and Devin said, F your mama. Shakur said, when I see you in the street, you better hope your security guards on point. If not, I'm going to do something bad to you. That's what Shakur said. But now, I don't think it's that they acting like kids or teenagers, JJ. I truly don't. I think look, this is the thing right here. This is the pros now. And, like, you go from friends to foes, especially when it's about that money now. This is a profession they do. Like growing up in the amateurs, high five. Hey, high five. Let's run together. Come on, man. Let's go and hit the bag together. Hey, all that whoop-de-doo. But now it's pro time, and they're around the same weight, and that class will happen in the near future.
I got two things to say about that. Shakur needs to focus on Frank. Like I saw Corey. What'd you say about Jim Lampley and the theater of unexpected and upsets? Corey, me of all people got Shakur.
Well, that's why I'm tripping. But you can't even make me, man. Shakur with he could have one eye closed. He could be on a sprained ankle.
Dog. But he got to focus.
Frank Martin don't got a chance against him.
Well, here's what can happen. He can go in there and have a bad day in the office and get a W and look terrible doing it. That's why I think Shakur needs to focus, bro. Like the Haney fight ain't happening next. Purse bid's going. We're trying to get this fight. I'm hearing November 4th. I hadn't talked to you, but I heard caught wind of a November 4th date for the Shakur Stevenson.
I heard November.
Yeah, so we're looking at that. Did you hear the Bill Haney? Here was what's interesting, and I meant to show this. This little part right here, you would be just like your bitch ass father and shut the fuck up for I post him talking crazy. Did you see the post that was leaked right after that tweet?
Yeah.
I'll throw it up real quick for anybody catching up. This is Bill Haney. Shakur said he didn't leak this. It was just pretty damn coincidental that it came out when it came out. So let's show you this real quick. It's just audio.
Like, he's the big nigga. He's the big homie. And the shit, it was never. We would always, nigga, first the gap was like this. The gap got closer, always up. If you got off any record, it was a plus. If you just had a good day, that's how it was. All the way up until now, bro. That's what I told you. I said, inside the weight classes, when we moving, just like niggas is moving now, brother, if it's too hot at 30, we already ready to go to 40, bro.
Oh, people took that and ran with it. If it's too hot at 30, we're ready to go to 40. But Bill came out on, I believe it was on the Boxing Voice. Shout out to TV. I believe it was Boxing Voice saying he was talking about
It was a Boxing
Shakur.
Voice.
Yeah, saying we were talking about Shakur moving up to 140. What are your thoughts on the whole thing with Bill Haney, dog, on that video?
I mean, Shakur needs to just keep it 100. You know, Shakur, my guy. Devin Haney, my guy. Bill Haney, my guy. Willie Moses, my guy. And it just run deep because, you know, I done clashed with Bill Haney to where, you know, he showed that his true character, like, and you know, we put that behind us, and I really got a lot of love and respect for that guy. Me and Willie Moses, you know, when it seemed like Willie Moses always reach out to me, tell me, Correct, keep shining like the star you is. Can't nothing stop you. You
That's
are
awesome, bro.
the truth. You know what I'm saying? So this is the thing right here. I got no problem with criticizing these guys, right? But when I look at this fight right here, I can't call it. But what I can say is, you know, Shakur putting that out, you know,
I'm
it's
with
not,
you, dog.
you know, it's not cool. But like I say, man, this in the pros now ain't nothing supposed to be cool in the pros. You're supposed to pull all the strings you can in the pros. So, like I say, when you're in the amateurs, it's fun and games. High five. You know, when you get in the pros, it's I declare war. You know what I'm saying? So I don't really take nothing to it. It's, you know, like whoopty whoop, yeah, whoopty whoop. But it's all a part of the game.
Yeah, and all right. I'm gonna just keep it 100 and keep it a buck with what I think about the video. Right, I'll just talk about that real quick. It don't have much to do with boxing, but I wasn't thrilled. Like Shakur, I have him as my next big thing.
Put it on you, Jay.
Huh? Oh, all right, put it on me. I wasn't crazy about Shakur releasing a video or him telling his homies or however that happened. I thought that was kind of a shit move, especially if it's an old video, like Bill said. But you got to listen to some of the things Bill said, bro. Bill said, you know, he in the video you can kind of see his hand saying that when they first used to spar, the gap was like this, and it's slowly getting like this. And if you have a good day, if you have a good day at all with Shakur, that's a success. I think that's given all of us a little bit of insight, bro. I think we have to take those words as real words. Like they know what Shakur is. And there's a lot of people who still don't believe it. Like people get on my ass all day on Twitter when I believe with all my heart Shakur's the next big thing. I think Devin Haney is a hell of a fighter. I've told you what I think Devin Haney's going to do to Regis Prograis. But my thoughts on Shakur is a class above. The way I see Bud is the way I see Shakur, dog. They're just a level above elite. Because Devin Haney to me is elite. You know what I'm saying? And I just think I think we need to pay attention to what Bill Haney said. And I don't know if you're paying much attention to it, but he's telling us.
No, I'm paying attention to it. That salute Shakur. You know, He always been like that. But the thing about it, Devin Haney always been like that too. I mean, Shakur said it himself. So this ain't nothing new to us. Shakur said it himself on the interview. I used to always get the best of Devin Haney in sparring, right? He used to always get, so him putting out that video of Bill saying that's just Bill acknowledging what you said, bro. Like, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I done seen fighters who came up to be the best amateurs. I done seen fighters who get into the pros and they supposed to beat this guy and they end up not beating him. I don't give a damn how good we think Shakur is. It's a possibility that he could truly lose to Devin Haney. So just because he always got the best of him then, we done seen it to where you can get the best of me then, but in cases you can't get the best of me now.
Facts, dog. I agree with all that, bro. And like I wish people would just lay off a little bit. Like I'm picking Shakur to come out on top out of all these guys, Tank, Devin, all of these guys. But that's not a knock on these guys. Like, why can't we have this conversation that I think Shakur's the best, but I still think the world of Tank and Devin Haney. You ask me, I just think Shakur's better than Tank, and I think Tank will beat Devin. But that don't mean I don't think Devin's a badass fighter. That's just the way I see it unfolding. let's talk a little bit about this, though. Bricks came up and said Shakur got a lot to say about Haney, but why he didn't take the 25%. That's up in the air. If it was me, I would have taken it. You know, but shit, every man is his own man, and they got the right to do with what they want about the money. I'm not going to sit here and tell a guy what to do with the money.
No, see, the thing is, you remember at the party, he came out and signed the contract.
Mm-hmm.
So he was trying to call Devin Haney bluff, but Devin Haney called his bluff by sending them their contract for 25%, which was absolutely fair, right? But Devin Haney knew that Shakur Stevenson wasn't going to take that fight because he know in the future, and Shakur Stevenson, because they know in the future that it's going to be a bigger fight, bro. So, like, Shakur Stevenson bluff just got called, right? But in my heart, in my mind, Devin Haney was always going to 140 because we knew Shakur was not going to take that 25%. His bluff got called.
Well, I'm going to throw this up there. I don't know if you saw this little clip. Shout out to the Art of Dialogue podcast. Listen to this. Where'd it go?
Yeah, that means that he don't want to fight. You know, from 20%. Come on, man. Stop that. Stop it. You know what type of fighter he is. That means Haney don't want to fight.
That means Haney don't want to fight from somebody who fought everybody like Shane Mosley. What do you think about that, bro? That's a legend. And legend.
Shane Mosley could be quiet.
He's the big nigga.
Yeah, my bad.
Shane Mosley could be quiet and mind his own damn business because at the end of the day, this is the thing right here. Devin Haney earned it the harder way. Let's not forget about that. Let's not forget we're talking about the undisputed champion. So why the fuck shouldn't Shakur, who ain't got no belts coming into 135, get the regular price somebody else will get? Who the hell do Sugar Shane Mosley think he is to try to tell this guy he shouldn't get this, and Devin Haney is the undisputed champ? Sugar Shane Mosley, you go flush that shit down the toilet. You can throw that shit in the garbage. The nerve of you to tell a dude in Devin Haney who had to do it the harder way. He chose that. Like I said, we all have choices. Right, Jose Jr.? Devin Haney chose to turn pro at 16. He chose to go to Mexico and work his way up like that. Shakur Stevenson, he chose to go the Olympic route that gives you, you know, a lot more notoriety and things like that. He chose to do that. So Shakur Stevenson off the muscle, coming out the Olympics, of course, him getting a silver medalist, he's going to get all them shots like that. And people don't forget Devin Haney was the same guy who Shakur Stevenson is right now. He was the same guy 2 years ago who people was calling a fucking email champ. He was the one who was asking for all the goddamn fights, and nobody didn't want to fight him, JJ. He was that same guy. So I'm not trying to hear shit Sugar Shane Mosley trying to say, because Devin Haney had to earn it the harder way. He wasn't gifted. And I'm not saying Shakur was gifted because he still had to go in there and fight, but he was really gifted because Shakur was a highly touted amateur coming out, signing with Top Rank. Of course, they was going to put him in the positions that they put him in. Devin Haney, he didn't do it. He didn't get that preferential treatment like that. He had to do it the harder way. So Devin Haney need to tell Sugar Shane Mosley he could take that shit elsewhere.
Oh man, I again, I'm a big fan of Shakur and what he's doing. Just throwing up a couple comments. Self-production. I think Haney and Kerr is 50-50. Tough ass fight to predict, man. Great fight for sure. If it were me, I think this is something that Shakur is going to regret one day, dog. Because like I saw yesterday that he, at the end of the day, he was offered $8 million is what that would have come out to be. I think I somehow read that $6 to $8 million for fighting Devin Haney, which is a good ass amount of money, especially for 4 belts on the line, especially when a lot of boxing people say that you are the next big thing. We saw the sparring footage. And the sparring footage that I've seen recently was cut out to look good for Shakur. I will acknowledge that. But Shakur's on a little bit different level. So if you're Shakur Stevenson, yeah, I'm getting paid 25%. Yeah, that might not sound fair. But I think the youngster in him made that decision, bro. I think the pride, the ego a little bit. That man had an opportunity to beat somebody he feels he's way better than for all 4 belts for still a shit ton of money. Now he's gonna have to go collect one belt at a time. Go fight Frank Martin for a vacant WBC. Go do it the long way. We know he's not getting paid the type of money he would have got with Haney against Martin. So I think it was a mistake. I think Shakur would have dominated. I think he would have won that fight, but I think it was a mistake. I wish I did. When I seen it coming out, I wanted him to take that, and I think it was a mistake that he didn't take that fight. At
no,
25%.
it wasn't no mistake because what you didn't mention was his handler said that they probably could have made $8 million for that fight, but down the road a year or two later they could make 16 or 20 million. So that makes perfect sense, JJ. These two guys right here at this point in time, is this fight a year or two later is going to be worth way more than now. So this is no mistake by Shakur because Shakur is that good. We know at the end of the day that Shakur is going to be right there, and I know truthfully that Devin Haney is going to be right there, and it's going to be a way bigger fight. So I think it was a truly smart move, even though he got his bluff called on him and he had to eat his words. I think that was a smart move by Shakur and his team because a year or two down the line, this fight is bigger. And Shakur stated himself, JJ, he's not just going to immediately, just move up to 140. He want to get himself acclimated at 135 for a year, maybe two, before moving up to 140. So I think it was a smart move, not taking the $8 million because I think Shakur is that good. I think Devin Haney is that good. I think this fight will be a $20 million fight for each one of them a year or two down the road.
You know what I don't want to see, dog? And you about to call me a softie, and you're going to say, man, I told you before we got into this, you needed thick skin. And I don't want to see the shit we saw with Spence and Crawford. Two great champions, two not shit-talking people, but the boxing fan base was losing friends over it, talking about each other. I mean, it was bad, bro. Like the warfare between Spence and Crawford. I don't want to see that. Like, I know you're rolling your eyes, bro.
Mayweather?
I know,
you remember Pacquiao Mayweather? JJ, that's just the way it is,
It's
JJ.
disrespectful because it puts us in a position. Well, I feel like it puts us in a position where if I said Bud was going to win, I'm hating on Spence. No, my eyeballs just told me Bud was going to win. If I said Bud was going to win, I started getting replies to my and comments on my shit. Oh, you don't know shit about boxing. But no, I respect both fighters just like I respect Dev and just like I respect Shakur. But I already see this shit happening where if I say one damn good thing about Shakur Stevenson, boom, the fanboys jump in, and it shouldn't be like that. These are two excellent boxers.
It ain't just the fanboys. Bernie the boxer said they've been running like a bitch. And that's a dude that when Terrence Crawford counts, right?
Yeah.
So no, it ain't nothing that we could stop. This category 5 has been in the works for a year now.
It, bro.
You know what I'm saying? It's just gonna be like that. It's gonna get personal. That's the way it is. Especially if you're on either side, fam. That's just the way it is. I got no problem with it. I love the personal shit.
You love this shit.
Because to me, the personal shit show me how passionate you is for either side. And one of the sides, when they eventually fight in the future, gonna have to lose, and somebody gonna have to say, I was right, and somebody have to gonna say I was wrong. But it's a great dialogue to build it up. Just like we build up Pacquiao Mayweather, just like we build up Spence Crawford. It's gonna, and the difference between them and Spence Crawford, they like 26, 25. So they not older fighters.
Yeah.
They right there. So it will happen in the future. It's not gonna happen right now, and it shouldn't happen right now.
What do you have to say about Mosquito's comment, though? Several big fights have been messed up by guys losing during the marination process, letting the fight marinate. Walter Joshua, Gamboa Lopez, many others. What if Regis lands a lucky shot? And there it goes. It derails it. It derails the fight we're salivating. Maybe not derails it, but it takes a little bit of that spice off of it, dogs. Takes a little bit of that fire off of, which I don't have a problem with seeing that fight tomorrow. There's so many damn names at 135, 140 that keep them coming, dog. What the hell we got to let it marinate for?
I know, but see, this is the problem. See, this will with the fandom coming out of people. It's also a business, JJ.
Facts.
We can't think just as fans. It's also a business. And like you say, it's the theater of the unexpected. everybody have choices, right? You bet on yourself. You have to bet on yourself in everything you do in life. Sometimes that bet gonna go right, and sometimes that bet gonna go wrong. You must trust the process. Hey, either you gonna roll, either you gonna roll and hit, or you gonna roll and crap out. So that's a choice they make. When you get in professional boxing, it's not like the amateurs no more. Yeah, we want these fights, but it's a business. These guys are the ones getting in there, getting their heads beat in. Just because everybody out here saying, I want this fight, I want to make it happen right now. Well, y'all not the ones inside the squad circle. Y'all not the ones who taking the punches. Just a couple of, after July 29th, you had everybody out here playing doctor saying, I don't want to see Spence fight no more. He don't need to take that many more punches and all. Everybody, it wasn't just you, it was everybody. So people need to stop. Boxing is also a business. These guys didn't work their way up, Earl, to not get the most money that they could get. Boxing has been like this since forever.
Facts. I like it, Correa, and I like what you're saying, but I like what I'm saying more because I'm being selfish and I want to see this fight before something fucks it up. I don't want to see, God forbid, somebody getting a car wreck and then using that as an excuse like some people try to use with spin. I don't want to see nothing mess up this fight. We got two youngsters in their peak. I hope to God we get there one day. I hope Regis don't mess it up.
But JJ, why are we talking about this fight? Devin at 140 now. Shakur
hey, everybody's talking about Crawford and Canelo now. Shit, I've seen crazy.
Yeah, but that's more realistic though.
I think Haney and Shakur are more realistic.
No, man, Crawford versus Canelo is more realistic because that'll be the biggest fight in boxing.
Did you hear what De La Hoya said? De La Hoya said what? Crawford. He said, I want Canelo to win, and I'm sorry I don't have the clip. I was just rushing today. I would like Canelo to win, but Crawford's going to make him look like a child in there. I know De La Hoya got some bad blood, and you could take what he said with a grain of salt.
That's exactly what it is, JJ. And you know, Golden Boy Promotion and my guys, but it's saltiness there.
A little bit of saltiness.
It's a lot of saltiness there. With De La Hoya to say Crawford gonna make Canelo Alvarez look like a child. Like he didn't say he gonna beat him, JJ. He said he gonna make him look like a child.
He said Canelo's feet work. You would be mad at me if I know. He said Canelo's feet look like they're dragging through cement, but Crawford got footwork that blends in with his upper body movement. I can see it. It does. I can see it.
I mean, Crawford got a chance in this fight. You can't deny him. But this Canelo not no Earl Spence, JJ.
Any chance that Canelo comes in the underdog if he looks average against Jamal, my bad. If he looks average against Jamal, gets the W, do you think there's any chance Vegas puts Crawford as an underdog or as a favorite? Or you think Canelo's just going to be the favorite regardless?
Absolutely, Canelo the favorite. Crawford had to come up 3 divisions, Jay.
That's asking a whole lot.
So is you going to put Crawford the favorite over Canelo? I mean, it's a chance Crawford could win. I'm not saying he can't. But is you willing to put money that Crawford going to win? Yeah. I'm talking about you. Would you put money that Crawford to beat Canelo?
Right now? Yeah. But let me wait till September 30th. I want to see how Canelo looks. Fighting a black fighter, an athletic fighter, a fighter that's got something that's not as stationary as he's been fighting. Let me see.
It's like the first black fighter that Canelo fought.
I didn't say he was, but Jermell ain't James Kirkland, dog. You know, he's not Danny Jacobs.
That was years ago, JJ. So we acting like Danny Jacobs was a nobody or so? That's a former champion.
I'm talking about more the style. I'm talking more the style than I am the color of his skin. But generally, when you say black fighter, you're talking about that athletic fighter, a little bit more movement. And Danny Jacobs for me wasn't that guy. And I think he was a little bit. But hey, I ain't saying shit. I want to see September 30th, and then I'll tell you if I'm gonna put some money on Crawford. Because as it stands right now, after seeing John Ryder and Bevo look decent, or Bevo do what he did, I would put my money on Bud, bro. And that's very rare of me to do that for the little guy coming up. There, you know that.
You know Canelo hit pretty hard, right?
Yeah, I heard.
Canelo, you do understand that Canelo is a way more accurate fighter, and them things they say Earl Spence couldn't do, Canelo does them all very well.
But what Canelo
Crawford coming up 3 weight classes, like your power is he hit hard, but your shit ain't gonna be hitting hard like that just coming up 3 weight classes.
Yeah,
Crawford is gonna have to be absolutely perfect in that fight. If he's not perfect in that fight gonna look like Bivol versus Canelo.
But flip flop, Canelo being Bivol. If he's not perfect,
No. Yeah, Canelo being Bivol. Yeah.
I got you. Yeah, my issue with Canelo has always been the same. He fights in spurts. You can't fight with spurts with Bud. You can't take 2 minutes of the round off and go hard for 60 seconds and win the round. I also don't think Canelo's going to be, or Crawford would just be sitting there letting Canelo ruin his arms and shit. I think Bud will move, but fight's not even made. There's a bunch of fights before. It's just, I think we get excited talking about it. And on that note, real quick, we were talking about Shakur and Devin. Let's talk real quick on, I don't want to, no disrespect to Frank Mark, because that looks like what's coming up next. But specifically, we both have our picks.
Let's shout out to our sponsors real quick, Jay.
Well, before we go to the sponsor, because I want to come back from the sponsorship with the low blow. But real quick, if PBC wins if Showtime wins the purse bid, are you wanting to see that on a pay-per-view? Shakur Stevenson, Frank Martin. You think that's pay-per-view material? I want to see Top Rank win this damn purse bid in ESPN. I don't want to pay $60, $70 to see this fight, but I will.
I don't think it's no way that Top Rank gonna let anybody outbid them for this fight. That's why you saying Shakur Stevenson ain't gonna make no money. Watch the purse bid Top Rank put up for this fight. They're not gonna let Shakur fight nowhere else.
I hope so. All right, man. Well, let's take a quick break. When we come back, let's talk about the low blow that was heard around the world. Or was it?
Yes, sir.
We all have battles. We fight. We train. We work. We persevere. And we celebrate. We are all one.
I can't do anything if I can't walk in my prosthetic. It's a lot of pain that I feel throughout my day. It can be very intense. Now I just put that balm over it and it will heal up much faster and it will let the callus recover. That's amazing. It is a total game changer. I am hooked. I am absolutely, I'm just hooked.
Life is hard. KO makes it better. KOCBD.com.
KOCBD.com. Y'all check them out, man, and be sure y'all punch in that discount code TSB10. I promise you can ask the guy to that side, whatever side that is to you guys. I don't travel without it. My back's always hurting, and I always use it. So much love to our friends over at KO Therapeutics. Awesome
KO
product.
Therapeutics.
Yeah, we really appreciate our friends out there. Also, if y'all can smash that like button and please share it and let your friends know, man. We're trying to
subscribe to everybody. Please subscribe.
Yeah, we will really appreciate that. We're trying to put our product out there to all these boxing fans. There's a lot to talk about. But now, over the weekend, we got to see Usyk against Daniel Dubois. I like saying Dubois. Fancy last name. Lots of controversy, dog. The low blow that was or wasn't. I got a couple of shots here, and this is what's happening. The people who say it was a legal shot, are posting this picture where about half of his glove is on the bottom, the other half is at the top or under the waistline. The people who say it was a dirty shot are posting this picture, which is all the way under the belt line. But let's just play a real quick clip before we jump into this, Corey. I meant to make this clip longer, so my bad. It's only 8 seconds, but super slow motion. Bam. Point of contact right there. Let's take it back and up one more time. Point of contact. I don't know if you see it. We'll throw it up one more time. I don't know, dog. Correa, I've been barely grazed in the sickety sack before. Barely touched. It's pain, but Talk to me, dog. What are your thoughts about it?
No, that was a legal shot. It's video evidence of Usyk getting hit with another legal shot by Anthony Joshua and him showing the same reaction. So you know what that showed me, Jose Jr.? He don't like it down there. Usyk don't like it when somebody go to the body on him. That is embarrassing to the sport of boxing. Yeah, Usyk clearly is the
better
well,
fighter.
I can't say he was the better fighter. Like, he won the fight. But Daniel Dubois should have been the new unified champion of the world, JJ, and they took that from him. Like when we were speaking on earlier of boxing being a theater of the unexpected, just imagine how much money was lost for the people who bet on Dubois, seeing him hit him in the shot. And JJ, I know you said you've been glancing the nuts. Me too. And guess what? If I'm glancing the nuts, JJ, I'm going to be grabbing my shit, rolling around, doing our other shit. Usyk was just laying back there like this, just breathing, trying to catch his breath because he got hit in his fucking torso and then knocked the goddamn wind out of him, JJ. That was a legal shot. It's embarrassing, that fight in Poland. That referee should definitely be reprimanded because he was doing everything he could to help Usyk in that fight by steady stopping Dubois from being able to do what he do. I just think that was embarrassing enough for the sport of boxing because them are the type of stories that you need to see. Just like when Andy Ruiz, the first Mexican-American heavyweight champion of the world.
Buster Douglas,
you know,
shit, let's take it back.
Yeah, Buster Douglas, like, come on, why did they rob Dubois of that moment? That's an injustice, bro. And then you got this fucking wide-eyed dude, look like he sniffed coke on a regular basis in Usyk. Talk about everybody have a dream. And do the dream. Usyk, shut the fuck up. You know you faked that goddamn body shot. You lost this dude from being the heavyweight champion, from getting a lot of new sponsorships, from being able to do what he do in his dream to come true. That was a total injustice.
So I got my thoughts on it. So we were watching this one together, not together, but we were together on the phones watching it. Yeah. And at first glance, I'm never the type of dude to talk shit about refs and to talk shit about officiating because, bro, it's split-second decisions. Whether it's a pass interference, like I'll tell you an example. When the Dez no catch at Green Bay, that shit stung, obviously. But the Cowboys still had an opportunity to win that game. And after that Dez no catch, they fell asleep, they quit. And that's what Dubois reminded me of. And for that reason, I agree, dog. At first I was impartial. I didn't really give a damn. But when I saw the ref forcing Usyk to take his time, saying, hey, no, take your time. Usyk was saying he's ready, and the ref damn near forced him to take almost a full 5 minutes. That was terrible right there. That was, to me, that was worse than him calling it the low blow because, dog, it happened so fast. You can't be too mad at him. But the 5 minutes that he damn near forced Usyk to recover, dog, like if he would have let Usyk come out when Usyk said he was ready, it could have been a completely different fight. Because we've all been hitting the sack or hitting the lower abdomen area. That shit hurts. So, yeah, he did rob him of his opportunity. But in the same breath, you can't call yourself a champion and then just quit like that, dog. Dubois didn't do shit after that. He said it himself. He was mentally checked out. And I get it. He was emotionally hurt. But to be a champion, you get through those bad calls. You get through that adversity. That was my problem with it. Was it a bad call? Yeah. The fact that it's so highly debated proves that it was a bad call. But, dog, Dubois, you got to finish it. You got to close the deal, dog.
I know, but he was champion, JJ. You know what I'm saying? And when you think you hit a dude with a shot that put him on his ass, then the ref says it's a low blow, you know how easy it is to get mentally checked out of that?
Sure.
When you know that you just beat this dude and hit him with a legitimate shot and the ref took that away from you. You said it yourself. He forced Usyk to take that 5 minutes, bro. Like, what do you think in that 5 minutes, what was that doing to Daniel Dubois? So I just really can't criticize Dubois in this moment. You know, I'm just really messed up about it that he's not the heavyweight champion of the world today and not able to give Usyk a rematch and able to get the big time money that he deserved, bro. That's an injustice. I don't care what he didn't do.
And the argument is it doesn't matter what happened after the 5th round because the fight should have been over. I get it, dog, but sometimes refs and officials and judges miss shit, and you have to be prepared. Frank Warren put out a piece yesterday. This was his tweet. I didn't screenshot the whole piece though. So we're currently in the process of putting together a compelling case to forward to the WBA. The least Daniel should receive is an ordered rematch, more appropriate fight. And then he went on to say on his article that, to your point, what you're saying about AJ, that they targeted that. They saw a weakness in Usyk. They knew Usyk was the better fighter. They knew Usyk. It was a long shot, but they were focusing on that body shot. Hey, he landed it, and it was taken away from him. I get the heartache, but like I said, if I was Dubois' homeboy, I would also be like, dog, you should have finished stronger, though, dog. Like, if you want to be a champion, do champion shit. Do
It's
championship
easy to
shit.
say after.
For sure, dog. It is. But champion
means
it means
like
more than belts, bro.
I get it, Jay, but that could mentally check you out. You just stated yourself, the referee was doing everything against him. I agree with you. Dubois should have been better, but I don't know how I would have reacted because we already knew that Usyk was the favorite. Usyk was doing everything better than him. And Dubois, like Frank Warren said, he trained for that particular moment to catch him with that shot, JJ, and he landed it perfectly. And they took it away from him. JJ, we human beings, bro. Mm-hmm. That probably would have fucked me up too.
Facts.
If I'm looking at a guy who does everything better than me. But one thing that I know that I'm better than him is in power punches. One thing that I know I've seen he got hurt before is at the body. And another thing about Usyk, he wears fucking trunks too high, JJ. So how could that be a legal blow when his trunk's halfway up his fucking thing right there, bro? That's an injustice.
Yeah, and the ref also didn't address what he's gonna call low when they were doing the face off, touch gloves, all that shit before the fight, which is a WBO mandate. Like, you have to. That's one of their rules. So that shit's interesting. Corey, I got 2 screenshots I want to show you. This is the Andre Ward shot that knocked out Kovalev versus the shot that was considered a low blow. We see here Andre Ward's shot is way lower, and Kovalev's trunks are lower. So this is way lower. Andre Ward walked out of there with the championship, back-to-back wins against the Crusher. So if we're doing, again, it's easy to do this after the fact and do screenshots in super slow motion. I don't fault the ref so much for the low blow call. I fault the ref for what he did after. Because that shit's impossible. I mean, look how fast it happened, bro. It happened in a split second. I put this shit in super slow motion, and the jury's still out. We still can't determine 100%. But one more thing. Who shit the bed more? Tony Weeks with Rolly Romero or Luis Pabon with Usyk? Who shit the bed bigger, bro? We got Rolly as a champion.
I would say old boy with Usyk because that was a bigger moment. Rolly, that was an underbelt. That was an underbelt Rolly was fighting for. That was an intercontinental belt.
No, that was a real belt. That was a real belt. It was a vacant belt.
You sure that was?
I'm pretty sure. I'll have to fact check it, but I'm pretty sure. Still, I agree.
You're right. But I think Usyk, you're right. I think you're right. But I think Usyk, that's a bigger moment.
Heavyweight championship of the world, bro. Heavyweight championship of the world. And though Tony Weeks snatched that opportunity from Barroso or whatever his name is, he snatched that from him, just like Pabon snatched it from Dubois. They both, I mean, it's damn near a tie. They both crushed somebody's dreams. They both snatched potential money from people. That's just that picture up there is just sometimes what's wrong with boxing, dog, and it's unfortunate. But yeah, man, salute to Dubois, dog. That hurt a little bit to see the guy there almost achieve his dream and not be able to walk away with the straps. Hold on, dog. I was gonna put something up there. Yeah, Gary said that was a WBA super belt for Rolly. So, yeah, man, but Rolly's a champ. We saw a couple of bad calls this year, so it is what it is. Hopefully Dubois can get that. Well, I say hopefully for him. I don't necessarily care to see that fight again, but for a man,
you got the courtesy.
Besides that shot, that one shot, bro.
It don't matter. So what? That one shot was a 10-second. Know how crazy the world with JJ. Come on now. We know what Usyk did afterwards, but you know how that one shot would have made everybody go crazy, bro.
And shout out to Online. I have to agree with this. I usually don't like playing these blame games, dog, but obviously we're in a bit of a corrupt sport. You know, there's boxing and international soccer. I agree. Daniel was never going to beat Usyk in Poland, regardless if he fought the perfect fight, regardless if it was a one shot. It is what it is, homie. Corey, how we love? You want to take a quick break, or what are your thoughts, dog?
We can wrap it up. We're coming back on tomorrow night, right?
Yeah, we got tomorrow night. I feel like we're missing something, man. I was going to talk about something, but oh well. We'll be back on tomorrow. It was about this low blow stuff, and I just can't remember it. It is what it is. It was a lost opportunity, and it split the boxing world in half. Unfortunate. What I hate, again, Mr. Kumbaya that I am, I hate that Dubois is a black guy, and I hate that Usyk's a white guy, because it's like we're seeing boxing talk about racism again, man. And I hate that shit.
I know we hate to talk about it, JJ, but look how they do. Look how they do for the white guys. You know, Devin Haney, he beat Lomachenko convincingly to me. It was a roar for that white guy that he beat him. Danny Dubois, clear-cut body shot. The roar for Usyk, but that's neither here or there. I just think Dubois deserves a rematch, even though he's not going to be the favorite. I think he deserves a rematch. I think going into the rematch, they should make Usyk wear his trunks lower, because I think that's cheating the system, because we done seen it 2 times, Jay, to where it looked like it's legal body shots. And Usyk started crying. I ain't never seen him touch his. JJ, you got hit in your nuts. JJ, you know you're going to be doing like this.
Oh, yeah.
Why Usyk wasn't grabbing his nuts? Like that's when I knew that was a real body. I'm like, he ain't grabbing his nuts, because I done got hit in my nuts before. I'm grabbing my shit. I'm turning. I'm groaning. I'm not sitting back like this.
Yeah, trying to catch your breath.
That look like you got the wind knocked at you, bro.
Facts, bro. Facts. If I had to, because, you know, I've been kind of playing both sides this whole time, and I haven't given a clear answer. Like I said, I had my criticism to Dubois. If you ask me, hey, was that shitty? Absolutely. Did Dubois deserve to be champ right now? Absolutely. In my humble opinion, I just put up a screenshot of Andre Ward defending his title against Kovalev with a knockout. And Dubois should be champ right now. It's unfortunate it happens in boxing. But it is what it is. Let me just check out these comments before out. Eubank versus Smith Saturday night. Yeah, Corey and I will be back tomorrow. We'll talk a little bit about that
tomorrow.
Yeah, talk about that. He wasn't.
Hey, JJ, go play our other sponsors before you play the comments.
Yes, sir. Y'all stay tuned. We'll be right back.
All right, listen up, guys. We're calling all Little League coaches. We're calling all middle school coaches. Calling all high school coaches. We're calling out all those team mamas. If you need team uniforms, if you need jerseys, accessories, whatever gear you're looking for the team, please check out our friends over at Elite Sportswear. These guys do it all, and they do it great. So if you're needing a brand new look for the younger athletes, for the teams, do me a favor, trust us with Elite Sportswear. These guys do all of our gear here at Spit Bucket Podcast, hats, shirts, hoodies. We could not be more pleased with them. So check them out over at thebetteruniform.com. You can find them on Facebook at The Better Uniform or on Instagram, Elite Sportswear 17. That's Elite Sportswear 17 on Instagram. Again, if you want your team looking super fly on game days, do yourself a favor, do the squad a favor. Call Roderick and the team over at Elite Sportswear ASAP. Let them know the Spit Bucket Podcast sent you.
Man, y'all gotta give them a shout. If you love your schools, y'all gotta check out Elite Sportswear's new shorts, dog. They got some fire ass shorts for your high school, your middle school. Bro. Check them out. Yeah. So
bro.
Shout out to Elite Sportswear. Shout out to my boy.
Is Duncanville gonna repeat? Jay?
Oh, you know it, bro. Unlock the gates. Let's bring him in. You
Hey,
know
did
it.
that coach stay? Did that coach stay or did he retire?
No, he's still there. He's still there, bro. They're loaded.
He going for the gusto, ain't he? Cuz?
Bro, I would love it. I would love it. For those watching, I'm a Duncanville alum. I graduated 03, won that state in 98. And boy, I was excited. Hey, I know what we're going to close out with. Just a couple of thoughts on Virgil Ortiz, Corey. Mr. Ortiz is back to school. He tweeted yesterday, I finally started college. Haven't been in school for 7 years. My class is introverted. Hey, that's Virgil calling him somebody introverted. He says, I be mathing though. And then yesterday he posted some pictures, 100% in everything I do. Look, I love it. I love that he's going to school because obviously he's got these medical issues and need a backup plan. But man, give us an update. Are you still fighting? When's your next fight? What's going on? Corey, what'd you think about the back to school pictures for Virgil?
I don't think nothing of it. You know, it don't mean nothing to me. You know, I cover the sport of boxing. And I'm still waiting to see when Virgil Ortiz is going to show this potential that everybody been talking about. Prayers to him. He had health injuries, but it done been setbacks. We ain't been able to see this guy who everybody been talking about and who I've been talking about. So it's starting to become a problem with me. Why he's showing us his pictures in schools? Do he know something that we don't know? That boxing he's not going to be able to continue in boxing or something? Is that's why he's showing us he's doing this college stuff? Like, I'm all with kids going to school and get their degrees, but Virgil Ortiz is a boxer. Like, when you're a boxer, JJ, you don't have
special boxer. Special boxer.
You don't have time to do stuff like that. So that tells me Virgil Ortiz got a lot of time on his hands. He don't plan on coming back no time soon. Is Virgil Ortiz ever going to come back? Is Virgil Ortiz ever going to be the same again? Because I'm not sure if he's still that same guy he was 2 years ago.
Yeah, man. You just kind of feel it, especially being here in Dallas, Fort Worth. You just kind of feel it in the air. There's not one thing. Obviously, the medical issues and the fainting and all of that, but just something in the air from that camp. Their lack of social media presence, just something feels like we might not ever see that young man reach his potential. And man, I thought the world of his potential. I was so excited to have another champ here in Dallas, but hey, good luck to him. If school's his option, and I'm not knocking him in school whatsoever. I'm just saying, give us an update on what we want to see, dog. A million people go to school. You're one special fighter, and we want to see that special fighter reaches his maximum potential, dog. So we're praying for you. I'd love to see him back in the ring.
I'm with you, absolutely. Go to school. We want you to succeed in life. But this is the thing right here. If you're a boxer on this level, you don't have time to do that. Like, you have time to do that after your career over.
Nice.
Virgil, what is you telling us with you putting up these school pictures and saying you're 100% in everything you do? I'm reading in between the lines.
Yeah.
100% in everything I do? Okay, so that means to tell me you're not 100% in boxing, you're putting 100% in school. Are you still fighting, Virgil Ortiz? That's my question.
That's the $1 million question. Well, Corey, that's enough for episode 41, bro. It's been fun. I was really excited to jump on here today. It's been a crazy week. So looking forward to doing it again. Shout out to our sponsors at KO Therapeutics, Elite Sportswear. Shout out to the chat. We appreciate everybody tuning in. Again, like we said before, if you guys don't mind sharing this, liking, comments, and just subscribe, and please, that way y'all see when we're dropping new stuff. Got lots of it coming up. Corey, any closing thoughts?
Man, shout out to everybody on here from the 214 to across the pond. Like my guy JJ Solomon said, please like, please share, please subscribe, please tell your friend, and then tell your friend or tell their friend about the Split Bucket Podcast so they can come see how we really coming, how we gonna continue to come. You understand? Salute.
Y'all have a good night. Take it easy, IOTBA. This is JJ Solomon.
This is Corey Bradshaw, Mr. RTB, and Mr. New Boys can't touch me on my worst day. and this is the Spit Bucket Podcast.